Stop wasting months waiting for your garden to pay off. If you think growing your own food means a 90-day wait and tons of frustration, you've been lied to. Today I'm giving you the ultimate gardening speed hack: 8 legitimate, delicious vegetables that go from seed to plate in 30 days or less. That's a harvest every month. Whether you're a beginner, an apartment gardener, or just want the absolute fastest return on your time, this is the video you need. Let's maximize your harvest. Let's go. Number 1. Baby turnips, the fast, mild, and misunderstood root. Let's start with one of the most misunderstood vegetables in the garden: turnips. Most people think turnips are harsh, bitter, and pungent. And you know what? They're right if you're growing the wrong kind. But baby turnips? That's a completely different experience. We're talking mild, sweet, almost radish-like roots that are incredibly tender and ready in just 25 to 35 days. They're one of the most underrated, fast crops you can grow, and once you taste a real baby turnip, you'll wonder why anyone bothers with the full-size varieties. Here's the critical distinction you need to understand. You need true baby turnip varieties. These aren't regular turnips harvested early. Those would still taste terrible. These are modern or Asian-bred varieties designed specifically for quick harvest. They're naturally small, uniform, sweet, and forgiving. Perfect for containers or tight garden spaces. The most reliable fast baby turnip varieties, Hakure. This is the gold standard. Sweet, crisp, ready in 30 days. You can eat them raw like an apple or lightly sauté them. Chefs love these. Tokyo Cross, fast, mild, tender, ready in 35 days. Great for salads or light cooking. White Lady, another quick variety, ready in 30 to 35 days. Very uniform and consistently mild. These are what chefs and market gardeners mean when they talk about baby turnips. Don't grab a purple top variety from the garden center and harvest it early. You'll be disappointed. Here's a fascinating fact most people don't know. Turnips were actually grown in Europe before potatoes were introduced from the Americas. For centuries, turnips were a primary staple food, so important that poor harvests could cause famine. They've been feeding civilizations for thousands of years. And here's the bonus. Eat the greens too. Baby turnip greens are tender, mild, and packed with nutrients: vitamin C, vitamin K, and calcium. You're literally getting 2 vegetables in one. Harvest a few leaves while the roots grow, or take the whole plant when you pull them up. Number 2. Baby beans, but only true baby varieties. Now let's talk about beans, but not the way most gardeners think about them. Here's where people get confused. You might assume you can just harvest regular beans early and call them baby beans. Technically, yes, you can pick any bean variety early, but here's the harsh truth. They'll taste awful. Immature beans from standard varieties are unready, bitter, fibrous, and deeply unpleasant. They haven't developed the sweetness and tenderness that makes baby beans a delicacy. You're not getting gourmet produce. You're getting a disappointing, underdeveloped vegetable that'll make you wonder what the fuss is about. What you actually need are true baby bean varieties. Beans bred specifically to be harvested small and young. These are tender, sweet, and ready in 28 to 35 days. These are what French chefs use. These are what upscale restaurants charge premium prices for. The best true baby bean varieties: Maxibel, filet bean. Slender, tender, incredibly sweet. Ready in 50 days to full size, but you can harvest them as baby beans at 30 days for that premium, pencil-thin texture. Tavera, haricot vert type, ultra-thin French-style bean. Harvest at pencil thickness for gourmet quality. This is the kind of bean that costs $8 a pound at the farmer's market. Provider bush bean. An early producer that can be harvested as baby beans around 30 days for tender, sweet pods. Here's something you probably didn't know. Beans are one of the oldest cultivated crops in human history, with evidence of cultivation dating back over 7,000 years in South America. Ancient civilizations understood what we're rediscovering now. Beans are fast, productive, and incredibly nutritious. Plant these in succession every 2 weeks if you want continuous harvests. And remember, True baby beans are a different category entirely. Don't settle for early picked regular beans and wonder why they don't measure up. Number 3. Buckwheat greens, the overlooked superfood. Here's a crop that's going to surprise you. One most gardeners have never even considered, but might be the fastest, easiest leafy green you'll ever grow. Buckwheat greens. Yes, the same buckwheat used to make flour and soba noodles. But instead of waiting months for mature seeds, we're harvesting tender young shoots in just 10 to 14 days. That's faster than most microgreens, and you get substantially more volume per tray. The leaves are tender, slightly tangy with a mild lemony flavor, and absolutely packed with nutrients, including rutin, a powerful antioxidant that's rarely found in other greens. Rutin supports vascular health and reduces inflammation. You're getting superfood nutrition in less than 2 weeks. Here's what makes buckwheat greens absolutely brilliant. They're insanely easy to grow. You don't need perfect conditions, fancy soil, or even much light. Scatter the seeds densely in a shallow tray or directly in garden soil, keep them moist, and watch them shoot up. Within 2 weeks, you'll have lush green shoots ready to cut. The best part? Buckwheat is incredibly affordable. A pound of buckwheat groats costs just a few dollars and will give you dozens of harvests. This is one of the most cost-effective crops you can possibly grow. Here's a wild fact. Despite its name, buckwheat isn't actually wheat or even a grain. It's related to rhubarb. It's a pseudo-cereal, which means it's naturally gluten-free. Ancient cultures in Asia have been growing buckwheat for over 6,000 years, primarily in mountainous regions where true grain struggled. How to harvest. When the shoots are 6 to 8 inches tall with their first true leaves, cut them just above soil level. Eat them raw in salads, blend them into smoothies, sauté them lightly, or toss them into stir-fries. The flavor is mild and fresh, nothing overpowering or bitter. Pro tip. Buckwheat greens are perfect for continuous production. Plant a new tray every week and you'll have a perpetual supply. This is ideal for small spaces, apartments, or anyone who wants maximum output with minimal effort. And here's the bonus. Buckwheat isn't picky about temperature. Unlike lettuce or spinach that bolt in heat, buckwheat greens grow happily in spring, summer, or fall. It's one of the most versatile fast crops you can add to your rotation. Number 4. Baby beets. Golf ball size, maximum flavor. Just like turnips, baby beets are a completely different world from their mature counterparts. When you harvest beets at golf ball size, around 1 to 1.5 inches in diameter, you get something magical. Sweet, tender roots that cook in minutes and taste nothing like those massive earthy beets you might remember from childhood. Standard beets take 55 to 70 days to reach full size, but baby beet varieties? Ready in 35 to 45 days, and you can start harvesting them even earlier if you want them extra small and extra sweet. But here's the key, just like beans and turnips. You want true baby beet varieties bred for this purpose. These varieties are naturally smaller, sweeter, and more uniform. They're what professional chefs use when they want that perfect, tender beet for salads or roasting. The best true baby beet varieties. Detroit Dark Red, Baby Harvest, the classic deep red beet everyone knows. Harvest as babies at 35 days for peak sweetness and tenderness. Chioggia, candy striped. This one's stunning. Pink and white striped interior that looks like a bullseye when you slice it. Sweet, mild, ready at baby size in 40 days. Instagram worthy and delicious. Golden Detroit, golden yellow flesh that doesn't stain your hands or cutting board. If you've ever been frustrated by red beet stains, this is your answer. Ready at baby size around 40 days. Here's something fascinating. Beets have been cultivated since ancient times, but originally people only ate the greens. The roots were considered medicinal, not food. It wasn't until Roman times that people started eating beetroots regularly. We've been missing out for thousands of years. And speaking of greens, don't throw them away. Baby beet greens are some of the most tender, nutrient-dense greens you'll find. They're packed with vitamins A, C, and K, plus iron and calcium. Harvest a few leaves while the beets grow, or use the entire plant when you pull the roots. You're getting 2 vegetables for the price of 1. If you're growing in containers, baby beets are perfect. They don't need the depth that full-size beets require. A container just 8 to 10 inches deep works beautifully. Number 5. Scallions, the fastest onion you'll ever grow. If you want onion flavor without the 90-day wait of bulbing onions, scallions are your answer. Also called green onions or spring onions, scallions are ready to harvest in 20 to 30 days from seed, or even faster if you buy transplants or regrow them from scraps. Here's what makes scallions absolutely brilliant for fast harvests. They don't form bulbs, so you're not waiting for underground growth that takes months. You're harvesting the green tops and the small white base, which develop quickly and are usable at almost any size. Even when they're pencil thin, they're delicious. The fastest scallion varieties: evergreen hardy white, the classic scallion, technically ready in 60 days to full size, but perfectly usable at 25 to 30 days when they're still young and tender. Tokyo long white, mild, tender, fast growing. Harvest in 28 days for that perfect balance of flavor and texture. Red beard, a beautiful red-tinged scallion with mild flavor. Ready in 60 days at full size, but harvestable much earlier for baby scallions. Here's a fascinating bit of food history. Scallions have been cultivated for over 5,000 years and were prized by ancient Egyptians. They were so valuable that workers building the pyramids were partially paid in onions and garlic. Imagine getting your paycheck in scallions. That's how important they were. Pro tip that'll blow your mind: you can regrow scallions endlessly from scraps. When you buy scallions from the grocery store, don't throw away the white roots. Plant them in soil or just leave them in a glass of water on your windowsill. They'll regrow new green tops in about a week. Change the water every few days and you'll have infinite scallions. It's like free food forever. Number 6. Pak choy, bok choy, the Asian green powerhouse. Pak choy, also called bok choy, is one of the fastest growing, most productive leafy greens you can plant. Baby pak choy varieties are ready to harvest in just 25 to 30 days, and they're incredibly versatile. Stir-fries, soup, salads, steaming. Pak choy does it all. Here's why pak choy is perfect for speed. It's a cool season crop that grows aggressively in spring and fall. It tolerates light frosts, absolutely loves containers, and doesn't demand perfect soil. It's forgiving and fast, exactly what you want in a quick harvest crop. The fastest pak choy varieties: Joy choy, compact, fast, beautiful white stems, and dark green leaves. Ready in 30 days for baby harvest. Shanghai green, tender, mild, light green throughout. One of the sweetest varieties, ready in 30 days. Toy choy, a true baby variety bred to stay small. Perfect for containers or small gardens. Ready in 28 days. Here's something most people don't know. Pak choy is one of the oldest cultivated vegetables in China, with records dating back over 5,000 years. It's been a staple in Asian cuisine longer than written history in most parts of the world. The Chinese have been perfecting fast-growing greens for millennia. We're just catching up. Here's the critical trick with pak choy: plant it in early spring or late summer to fall. If you plant it in hot weather, midsummer heat, it bolts almost immediately, going to seed and turning bitter. Pak choy is a cool season superstar. Stick to the cooler months and you'll get tender, sweet greens every single time. Number 7. Radishes, the ultimate beginner's win. If you've never grown anything before in your life, start right here. Radishes are the fastest, most foolproof, most confidence-building vegetable you can possibly grow. We're talking 20 to 25 days from seed to harvest for most varieties. Less than a month. Here's why radishes are absolutely perfect for speed and simplicity. They germinate in just 3 to 5 days. You'll see sprouts almost immediately. They grow aggressively with minimal care. They tolerate cool weather, which means you can plant them early in spring or late summer when other crops are struggling. And they're incredibly space efficient. Containers between rows, unused corners, radishes don't care. But here's the key to success. Variety matters. Not all radishes are created equal for speed and flavor. The fastest varieties to plant: Cherry Belle, the classic round red radish you see everywhere. Ready in 22 days. Crisp, mild, absolutely dependable. This is the radish that builds gardening confidence. French Breakfast, an oblong variety with a distinctive white tip. Slightly milder and more elegant than Cherry Belle. Ready in 23 days. Easter Egg, a mix of colors: red, purple, white, pink. Fun, beautiful, and kids love them. Ready in 25 days. Here's a mind-blowing fact. Radishes were so important to ancient civilizations that the Egyptians fed them to workers building the pyramids, along with onions and garlic, for strength and endurance. Ancient Greek physicians prescribed radishes as medicine. They've been recognized as powerful, fast-growing nutrition for thousands of years. Pro tip that's critical for success: don't let radishes sit too long after they mature. Once they're ready, pull them. If you leave them in the ground past their prime, they get woody, pithy, and bitter. Harvest promptly, and if you want a continuous supply, plant a new batch every week. That way you'll have fresh radishes all season long. Number 8. Microgreens, the absolute fastest harvest. If you want the absolute fastest harvest possible, the speed record holder, this is it. Microgreens are ready to cut in 7 to 14 days, 1 week to 2 weeks from seed to plate. That's faster than anything else in this entire list. Microgreens are simply the seedlings of vegetables and herbs, harvested when the first true leaves appear. But don't let their size fool you. They're packed with concentrated flavor, intense nutrition, and vibrant color. In fact, studies show that microgreens can contain up to 40 times more nutrients than their mature counterparts. You're getting superfood-level nutrition in a fraction of the time. You can grow microgreens from almost anything: radishes, kale, arugula, mustard, beets, sunflowers, peas, broccoli. The process is beautifully simple. Spread seeds densely in a shallow tray with a thin layer of soil, keep them moist, and cut them with scissors when they're 1 to 2 inches tall. That's it. The fastest microgreens to grow. Radish microgreens, peppery, crunchy, vibrant. Ready in just 7 days. These are a flavor bomb. Arugula microgreens, bold, peppery, tender, ready in 8 days. Restaurant quality greens at home. Mustard microgreens, spicy, colorful, intense, ready in 8 days. A little goes a long way. Sunflower microgreens, nutty, crunchy, substantial, ready in 10 to 12 days. These are filling and delicious. Here's something incredible. Microgreens are one of the most profitable crops per square foot that you can grow. Commercially, they sell for $25 to $50 per pound. Restaurants and upscale markets can't get enough of them. If you wanted to start a side income from gardening, this is where you'd start. And here's the beauty of microgreens. You don't need a garden. A sunny windowsill works, a grow light works, even a countertop works. They're perfect for apartments, winter growing, or anyone who wants fresh greens year-round regardless of weather or space. So there you have it, 8 incredible crops that completely shatter the myth that gardening takes endless patience. This isn't just about growing food, it's about maximum efficiency, more harvests, less effort, and immediate results. If you're ready to start getting 30-day payoffs in your garden, hit that like button and tell me in the comments below. Which one of these fast growers are you planting first?